Hello students, today we start the new paper number 13, Nuclear and Particle Physics. Unit 1, General Properties of Nuclei and Nuclear Model. As paper name itself suggests, nuclear physics and particle physics. Therefore, the first topic related to nuclear physics. According to the basic knowledge, we already know what is proton, neutron, electron, nucleus of any atom or the ion. Then, with this basic background, we start this topic. A nucleus is symbolically represented as ZX. Since atom is electrically neutral, it should have equal number of positive and negative charges. The positively and negatively charged particles like beta particles and alpha particles. You know the alpha particles, beta particles and gamma radiations. We can't call gamma particles but those gamma radiations, whereas alpha and beta are the particles. Now alpha and beta particles are emitted from the atom and also due to the friction, positive as well as negative electrification observed. With this study, Thomson proposed a model for the atom in which positive charges are uniformly distributed over the volume of the atom and negative charges or electrons are embedded in the positive charge distribution. It is according to Thomson. But Rutherford's alpha scattering experiment showed that positively charged alpha particles suffer even back scattering, indicating that the total positive charge of the atom must be concentrated in a small volume at the center of the atom, and it was called as nucleus. Means to the center of each and every atom there is a nucleus, and that nucleus is explained by Rutherford. If there are Z electrons in the atom, then there must be Z positively charged particles called as protons in the nucleus. The discovery of neutron by Chadwick accounts for the total mass of the atom. In the representation, if A is the atomic mass, then there are Z protons and therefore A minus Z are obviously the neutrons in the nucleus. Therefore, the nuclear size is of the order of 10 raised to minus 15 meter or Fermi, whereas size of atom is of the order of 10 raised to minus 10 meter angstrom. Therefore, entire mass of the atom is almost concentrated in small volume of the nucleus, and light Z electrons orbiting around the nucleus in various permitted orbits form the extranuclear structure. But protons and neutrons together present in the nucleus are termed as nucleons. There are anucleons in the nucleus. The nucleus itself consists of protons and neutrons, and those both are known as nucleons. A nucleus is symbolically represented by AZX as shown in this presentation, where X is the chemical symbol of the element. Z is the number of protons in the nucleus, representing Za as the nuclear charge, where E is 1.6 into 10 to minus 19 coulomb is the charge of an electron. It's a standard value. A represents the mass number of the nucleons present in the nucleus, and therefore A minus Z is the neutron in the number of neutrons. The nucleons means protons and neutrons in the nucleus are held together in a small volume by strong short range exchange type of attractive force called as nuclear forces. The charge, mass and size are the basic properties of the nucleus. Means while one can define the nucleus, then in order to define the nucleus one should know the charge, mass, size of that particular nucleons which are bind at the center of the atom according to or the amount of nuclear forces. Means nuclear forces binds these nucleons, protons and neutrons at the center of every atom is known as nucleus. The nucleus forms a quantum system containing two different types of particles, protons and neutrons. Therefore, study of nucleus becomes somewhat complicated, but liquid drop model, shell model, these are the sum of nuclear properties and nuclear processes. While defining this total nuclear process, we should know some basic terms or terminologies as isotopes, isobars, isotones. For example, the nuclides with same Z value but different A values are called as isotopes. Here, for example, 1H1, 1H2, 1H3, 8O6 oxygen, 8O17, 8O18. Here nuclides with Z व्हॅल्यू सेम Z व्हॅल्यू बेसला लिहिलेलं आहे, कारण रिप्रेझेंटेशन कसं असतं एक्स झेड एक्स ए झेड म्हणजे बेसला ज्या लिहिलेल्या व्हॅल्यूज आहेत ज्यांना आपण नंबर ऑफ प्रोटॉन्स न्यूक्लिअर म्हणतो, that Z is same in these two examples. In first example, for hydrogen Z is 1 and for oxygen Z is 8, but A, that is the mass, is different 1 2 3 for first example and 16 17 18 for second example. Hence isotopes means the nuclides or nuclei with same Z value but different A values are called as isotopes. These two examples are given here. Now second one, isobars. The nuclides with same A value but different Z values are called as isobars, exactly opposite like above example or like isotopes. In case of isotopes, same Z values, and in case of isobars, same A values. In one single line, you can remember these statements for isotopes and isobars. Now third one is isotones. Nuclides with n value, same n value but different Z values are called as isotones. 1H2, 2 helium. Here nucleus is changed. One is hydrogen and another is helium. It is isotones. Only the n is value but different Z values. Here isotopes, isobars and isotones, these are the three important concepts regarding the study of nuclear physics, regarding nuclei and nuclear model. Before going to start the nuclear model, we know about nuclei. Nuclei is the word as a plural word for nucleus. Singular word is nucleus and its plural word is nuclei. And therefore, for studying these general properties of nuclei, we need these concepts as isotopes, isobars and isotones. Now we move towards constituents of the nucleus and their intrinsic properties. What are the basic properties of this nucleus? The central core of the atom called nucleus contains Z protons and n equal to A minus Z neutrons. A is the mass number, Z is the atomic number. The intrinsic properties of the nucleons like protons, neutrons are given below. For example, number 1, charge. Protons are positively charged particles and having one electronic unit of charge 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb, means it is electronic charge equal to 1.6 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb is numerically equal to the charge of an electron. Therefore, neutrons are electrically neutral particles. I repeat once again, charge as one of the concept. Protons are positively charged particles having one electronic unit charge and that is equal to 1.6 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. It is exactly equal to the charge of an electron. Therefore, the neutrons are electrically neutral particles. Mass. Both protons and neutrons have almost equal masses but is about 1 atomic mass unit AMU equal to 1 atomic mass unit. 1 AMU is equal to 1 upon 12 times mass of C612 carbon isotope. Means there is a conversion formula between the mass as atomic mass unit. 1 atomic mass unit is converged in terms of mass of the carbon isotope. Therefore, 1 upon 12 equal to 12 upon N0 kg. It is conversion in kilo. Therefore, N0 is equal to 6.023 into 10 raised to 26 per kg mole. Therefore, since it is per kg mole, we are writing in different way as 1 upon 6.023 10 raised to 26 kg, and this ratio is approximately equal to 1.66 10 raised to minus 27 kg. What it means? One atomic mass unit is in terms of kilogram equal to 1.66 10 raised to minus 27 kg. Therefore, in terms of AMU, mass of proton MP equal to 1.0073 AMU, atomic mass unit, whereas mass of neutron Mn equal to 1.0087 atomic mass unit, and that of electron is Me equal to 0.00055 atomic mass unit. As you observe, the masses of proton and neutron, they are quite similar or quite equal. There is a slight difference between these two, whereas mass of the electron is less as compared to proton and neutron. Now, the next concept we have to study here, nuclear binding forces. The nucleons are held together in the nucleus by very strong short range attractive forces. Short range attractive forces. The nucleons are held together in the nucleus by very strong short range attractive forces called as the nuclear forces. Nuclear binding forces means the nucleons are held together in the nucleus by strong attractive forces called as nuclear forces. These forces among N means among neutron, among neutron and proton, and among proton are almost equal. Means the nuclear forces among two same types of charges and different types of charges are almost equal. The range of nuclear forces is of the order of nucleon size, and beyond this distance, these forces drop abruptly. That is, the nuclear forces among neutron, among neutron and proton, and among proton and proton, all are equal. And that is depending on the nucleon size of that particular atom. Now, fourth one, spin angular momentum. Nucleons are Fermi particles having intrinsic spin angular momentum, that is h cross upon 2. They obey Fermi Dirac statistics and Pauli's exclusion principle. Means while we are defining the spin angular momentum, we have to calculate this by h cross upon 2, where h cross is Planck's constant given by the formula h upon 2 pi, defined by Fermi Dirac statistics and Pauli's exclusion principle. Nucleons are Fermi particles having intrinsic spin angular momentum of h cross upon 2. Now, fifth one, magnetic moments. The spinning charge gives rise to magnetic moment. The proton possesses a magnetic moment of mu p equal to 2.793 mu n, where mu n equal to Eh upon 4 pi mp is called nuclear magneton, and neutron magnetic moment mu n equal to minus 1.913 mu n. That is the relation between here mu p, mu n and mu small n, means magnetic moment of proton, magnetic moment of neutron, and magnetic moment of magneton. These are the three relations. The magnetic moment of neutron may be attributed to the current loops present in the neutron. Therefore, the negative sign of mu n indicates that it is generated by rotating negative charge with its spin parallel to that of the neutron. Now, next point, basic properties of nuclei. Nuclear shape, size, nuclear radius, these are the basic properties. Nucleons are bound to each other in a nucleus by strong, short, attractive forces. For given volume, the surface area is minimum for a spherical shape and hence binding forces are maximum for a spherical nucleus. Therefore, nucleus is assumed to be spherical in shape with a radius of nucleus equal to r. It is nuclear radius, nucleus shape and size. The nuclear density is found to be fairly constant over volume of the nucleus and much falls to zero outside the nucleus. The mass of the nucleus for different elements is almost proportional to mass number A and volume is proportional to nuclear volume is proportional to the mass number A. It is V equal to 4/3 pi r cube proportional to A, that is mass number. Volume, nuclear volume is directly proportional to mass number A and that proportionality is 4/3 pi r cube equal to, therefore R is given by R naught into mass number raised to 1/3. Therefore R naught is the nuclear unit radius. R naught is the measure of nuclear radius can be measured experimentally by various methods. Number 1, in case of alpha decay, half-life T1/2 is given by T1/2 log 2 upon 2, that is 0.693 upon lambda. Lambda is a disintegration constant. Means where there is a alpha decay, radioactivity alpha decay, then half lifetime of alpha decay is equal to T1/2. It is equal to 0.693 upon lambda, where lambda is the disintegration constant. Lambda is the product of probability lambda naught and the alpha particle exists in the nucleus and probability of barrier transmission. Therefore, rate of heating the barrier surface of nucleus is equal to V upon R. Rate of heating the barrier to the surface of nucleus is equal to the ratio of volume to the radius. V is the ratio of V to R. V is the velocity of the particle inside the nucleus. Average value of nuclear unit radius R naught determined from alpha decay. Therefore, R naught equal to 1.5 10 raised to minus 15 meter means 1.5 Fermi. Therefore, the correct values of radius of daughter nucleus will be smaller than effective radius by an amount equal to the radius of alpha particle, as R alpha equal to 1.2 Fermi, and therefore R equal to Rd plus small r alpha. R equal to 1.5 a raised to 1/3 f corrected nuclear radius and Rd equal to R naught d a raised to 1/3. Therefore, Rd equal to 1.3 a raised to 1/3 Fermi. It is about the radius of nucleus. Now, second one, the anomalous scattering of alpha particles from nuclei. The closest approach of alpha particles is a measure of nuclear radius r, and it is found to be r equal to 1.5 a raised to 1/3 Fermi, but r naught equal to 1.5 Fermi, and therefore r naught is equal to, the value is correct for the size of alpha particle. One gets the value of nuclear unit radius r naught equal to 1/3 f. Now third one, r naught can be estimated. R naught can be estimated from Coulomb's law, energy of mirror nuclei. Mirror nuclei are a pair of unstable nuclei with same A value, but one nucleus contains Z protons and Z plus 1 neutrons, while other contains Z plus 1 protons and Z neutrons, that is vice versa. First contains one nucleus contains Z protons and Z plus 1 neutrons, while its pair partner contains Z plus 1 proton and Z neutrons. Z is smaller of the atomic number. For example, 1 hydrogen third, 2 helium 3, 6 carbon 13, 7 nitrogen 17 and so on. For mirror nuclei, A equal to twice Z plus 1 is the relation. A is the mass number, Z is the atomic number. If the odd nucleon changes from a proton to a neutron by beta plus decay, then total number of nucleons remains the same. Total number of nucleons remains the same. It is EC equal to 3 by 5 ZE square upon 4 pi epsilon 0 R. And delta EC, that is the difference in Coulomb energies of mirror nuclei equal in which Z differs by 1 unit, is delta EC. It is given by equation number 3. After beta decay, if the daughter is left in ground state, the maximum energy is carried by beta particle, that is expressed by equation number 4. Whereas m0 c square is equal to 0.51 mega electrovolt is the rest mass of energy positron absorbed when a proton is converted into this, and therefore EP plus is equal to this lambda equal to H cross P upon 1. Now charge density rho. Charge density rho. In order to probe the charge distribution in the nucleus, high energy approximately 600 million electron volt electrons may be used. The information if the de Broglie wavelength of the electrons is the order of the nuclear radius to calculate de Broglie wavelength lambda of high energy electrons. Hence, it is expressed as high energy electron is expressed as E is equal to T plus m0 c square equal to T equal to Cp, and lambda equal to H upon P equal to Hc upon E. Hc upon E. Then, highly relativistic electrons with energies about 600 million electron volt. It is represented by the graphical presentation in number 1, that is density versus radius. Nuclear charge density rho as a function of nuclear radius r. The determination of nuclear radii over a wide range of mass number A by electron scattering confirms the formula R equal to R naught A raised to 1/3. Therefore, R naught equal to 1/3 Fermi, A is less than 50, but R naught is equal to 1.1 for A greater than 50. Now we move towards nuclear mass. The constituent particles of the nucleus are Z protons and N equal to A minus Z neutrons. As you know, protons and neutrons have mass almost equal to 1 atomic mass unit AMU. Total number of nucleons in the nucleus is represented by the mass numbers A. So the expected mass M into bracket A oblique Z, mass M, A atomic number, Z, A mass number, Z atomic number of the nucleus is the sum of the masses of nucleons, expressed by equation number 7, where as mass of the proton is 1.0073 and AMU and mass of the neutron is equal to 1.0087 atomic mass unit. This slightly differs from the mass number A, and the difference is called as the mass defect, which is qualitatively explains the stability of the nucleus. Mass defect MAZ equal to minus A. Nuclear mass is expressed in atomic mass unit or energy units, that is million electron volt. Now their interrelation is 1 AMU is equal to 1.66 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg, and when we multiply that by 3 into 10 raised to 8 bracket square joule by using the formula E equal to mc square, then one atomic mass unit is converted into 931 million electron volt. That is the relation between atomic mass unit and that of the electron volt. Now move towards the nuclear binding energy. Move towards nuclear binding energy. Now the expected mass of the nucleus is the sum of masses of the constituent particles, protons and neutrons. For all the elements in the periodic table, the actual mass of the nucleus is less than that of the total mass of its constituent particles, and the difference is called as mass difference, expressed by equation number 8. When A nucleons come together to form a nucleus, some energy equal to delta mc square, which is the work done in bringing nucleons to form a nucleus. So, in order to break the nucleus into its constituent particles, energy equal to delta mc square must be supplied to the nucleus. The nucleons in the nucleus are bound together. This energy lost during the formation of nucleus is known as binding energy of the nucleus. It is equal to Ba delta m c square, given by equation number 9. Now binding energy curve. In order to clear this binding energy, we have to represent graphically as binding energy curve. The calculation of binding energy and nuclear stability is represented here. To compare the relative stability of the nuclei, we define binding energy per nucleon, B upon A. B for binding energy, A for the atomic mass. Delta mc square upon A. The graph of this B upon A against the mass number A, that is the number of nucleons in the nucleus for stable elements in the periodic table, is called as binding energy curve. Is the graphical presentation of B upon A against the mass number of nucleons in the nucleus for stable elements in the periodic table, represented by the binding energy curve. Binding energy curve, that is figure number 1.2. The observation of BE curve shows that binding energy per nucleon increases with A value to reach a maximum at about A is equal to 80. After that, it decreases slowly. B upon A for A less than 20 is very small, showing that very light elements are less stable. Even heavy nuclides are also less stable as compared to the moderate mass nuclides with A values in the range from 60 to 180. A values in the range from 60 to 180 in this. Means the elements in the periodic table having the A value between the range 60 to 180, that is moderate mass nuclides A equal to 60 to 180, are most stable with the binding energy per nucleon about 8 million electron volt is the binding energy. There are prominent peaks at 2 helium 4, 6 carbon 12 in the 8 oxygen 16 in this binding energy curve, that is graph 1.2, showing that they are much more stable as compared with their neighboring nuclides. 2 helium 4, 6 carbon 12 and 8 O oxygen. These 1, 2, 3 all are shown along B upon A axis in million electron volt, where X axis is only A. The binding energy curve may be used to estimate the energy released during nuclear fission and fusion reactions. During fusion, two or more light nuclides fuse to form a heavier with more binding energy per nucleon, and hence binding energy difference is released as fusion energy. When a heavy nuclide like 92 uranium 238 undergoes fission to form two moderate mass nuclides with larger binding energy per nucleon, the binding energy difference is released as fission energy. The binding energy per nucleon for 92 uranium 238 is about 7.5 million electron volt, whereas same for moderate mass nuclides is about 8.4 million electron volt. Fission of 92 uranium 238 produces about 238 into 8.4 minus 7.5. After this multiplication, it will come 200 million electron volt energy per fission.